this argument made by most religious people is invalid as soon as you invoke the fact that anyone outside of any religion can then claim that the reason why a person is not receiving the bounty of life is because they are outside of that religion. If you are a person who is struggling with your finances right now, you could be struggling with your finances according to religious people because you are not worshiping Brahma and you are not making the correct food sacrifices. You haven't identified what aspect of Brahma is your household deity to which you are going to focus most of your primary issues towards. And because of that, this is why you are suffering financially. This is why you are suffering with your health. This is why you are suffering with your relationships. This is why all your suffering is occurring, because you are not worshiping Brahma. So the same argument can be asserted from any religion whatsoever. Therefore, it invalidates the argument within itself, because by claiming that the reason why I got sunburned on my lips on the ride from Dallas, Texas, on the motorcycle ride from Dallas, Texas to El Paso, Texas, is because I am outside of the will of whatever deity a person claims to be their deity, is a fallacy within its own self. Now, the young lady here was absolutely correct, and this is where I want most of this video to be focused. Almost every aspect of your life, you are living the current results of every decision that you have made in your life. There is cause and effect that works on every level of consciousness, on every pole of existence. And because of the power of cause and effect, this is why your outcome is what it is. Why did I get sunburned on my lips? Is because, one, the helmet to which I wear is just called a beanie, so it doesn't provide shade for your face. I don't wear a full face helmet. Two, I did not put any sunblock on my lips. So therefore it's more susceptible to being sunburned. Three, it was a 9-hour ride in the sun. So long time exposure. I think this is four. Four, your lips are a very thin layer of skin which doesn't have the resilience of other portions of your body. So although I got darker on my face and my hand and my arms, they didn't burn at the same level that my lips burn, simply because they are more protected. So so for all those reasons. Oh, and I could have worn a mask. That's the fifth. If I had worn a mask to cover like from the nose down, then I would have only gotten sunburn like in this region up here. Let me let y'all get a gander at the sunburn that was going on. Plus I got a fresh cut today. So that is why. Those are the reasons why. It has nothing to do with any deity. All my finances currently right now are based on decisions that I've made and work that I put in and lack of work that I didn't put in. That is where my finances lie. My health is based on my activity as far as working out, exercise, compared to my diet. That's where my health lies. And 25% based on your genetics. That's based on who your parentage is. So the law of cause and effect is the most powerful law that any person can invoke within their lives in order to make the greatest changes or maintain the greatest stability within their life. In the Kabbalion, it states that once a person understands the laws of cause and effect and master it, then they then begin to hold the keys of power, because they now can control the keys of power over their entire life for the most part. Now, there are some instances where someone else's causation is going to make you the effect of such causation, or nature is the causation that changes and affects your life. So you do have those two that can be more powerful than your own. But even within those, there are decisions that you can make. Unfortunately, for a lot of people who decided to remain in New Orleans during Katrina, they suffered the causation of the hurricane because they made the decision to stay. Yet they could have made the decision to leave, but they suffered those effects. Some more gruesomely than others. But nature had its own causation, but you still have a opportunity to make decisions within that process that allows you to have more control over what's going on in your life. So when you understand the fullness of causation, you gain power. And in that fullness, there is identifying what pole are we working on? What is the true matter that we're dealing with? Am I dealing with love? Am I dealing with money? Am I dealing with health? Am I dealing with a storm that's coming? Those, understanding the pole and then understanding where everything is currently vibrating, where you are currently vibrating within that pole, and then what actions, causations you need to then take in order to move you either to the far right of the pole or to allow yourself to fall to the left of the pole. That is how you understand the true law of cause and effect and your decisions. There is not some deity out there moving chess pieces around that you call your life. If there is, then it is a game of 4,200 person playing checkers. Because if you accept that, then you have to accept that Brahma's is playing the game, that Yahweh's playing the game, that Allah's playing the game, that Jehovah's playing the game, Jesus playing the game, that Quetzalcoatl's playing the game, that Zeus is playing the game, Jupiter's playing the game, and so on and so on. All the religious, all the deities are playing the game, and you're just pieces being moved around. And that, it would be absurd now, wouldn't it? So y'all have a great day. And remember always, you got to free yourself to be yourself, because your greatness is non-negotiable. Good journey, good vibrations.